Hey, it's Kelly from MXHideout. I'm going to show you how to adjust the idle on a 4-stroke dirt bike with the carburetor so that it's not too high or too low so that it stalls out. And then what you can do if the idle isn't staying consistent, like it's staying too high or it's staying too low or it's all over the place. But before you even adjust the idle, you need to make sure that the engine is properly warmed up, because as the engine temperature rises, the idle RPM is also going to rise as well. This is because the air-fuel ratio is changing as all the parts are warming up, so make sure you have the engine nice and hot before you adjust the idle, otherwise it's going to change. On most 4-stroke dirt bike carbs, there's going to be a nice easy knob to adjust here. Sometimes you can just turn it with your fingers, sometimes you need a nice screwdriver if it's not been used in a while to turn it. To increase the idle RPM, all you need to do is turn it in clockwise, and then to reduce the idle RPM speed, you turn it out counterclockwise, and all that's doing is raising or lowering the throttle slide inside the carb bore. And ideally, I like to get it around 1500 RPM, but sometimes that's hard to tell if you aren't familiar with RPM. So you can start by trying to lower the engine RPM idle, and once you hear it start to chug, it's about to die out, that's too low. But you raise it up and it gets too high. This can help make it easier to get going in first gear, but it might accelerate more than you want it to if you're riding at low speeds. So I like to get that nice in a 4-stroke. Now if the idle is hanging too high, so you rev the throttle, rum, and then it stays up high, or it takes a while to settle down, that's typically a sign of the jetting being too lean, or perhaps there's an air leak causing it to be too lean. And too lean is just simply it's getting too much air and or not enough fuel. And the first thing that I would adjust is the fuel screw. And on most 4-stroke carbs, the fuel screw is going to be in the front underneath here. It's really hard to see, but you can get a flat blade screwdriver. You might need, on this one, this is the Keen FCR MX pumper carb. I like to use my Tusk mini carb tool. It's easy to get in there without rotating the carb at all. It only takes a few seconds, so if you have that lean hanging idle, you want to richen that fuel screw. However, if the engine's fully warmed up and the RPM keeps going down and down and it wants to stall, even though you keep turning that idle screw in, that's a sign that it's running too rich. So you want to lean out that fuel screw. And if you want to learn how to do that in just 5 minutes so that you know if your pilot jet is too big, too small, or just right, I got a 5-minute fuel screw cheat sheet you can download in the description below. Or if your fuel mixture screw is in a different location on the carb, like maybe it's on the side, you should check out this video right here to know if you have an air or fuel screw, because that's an easy way to get confused when you're tuning your carburetor. I'm Kelly Fagan from MX Hideout. Ride safe, have fun.